Interview.
Go on.
Are you good with your email?
I'm better with it now than ever. Yes.
I'm really proud of you.
I was recently shared to a sheet from my finance department to get an update on my proposed 2018 technology budgets. Most of my focus was originally on rolling out Salesforce, JIRA, but I could not get over how easy Smartsheet was. I'm reaching out because, as the Chief Technology Officer of Werther's Candy Company, I am desperately looking for a tool to help my teams track and execute their work better. Can you tell me a little bit about who you are and what Smartsheet is?
Lois, it's been my pleasure, and I'm also a huge fan of Werther Candy Company. My grandmother is a huge fan of them as well.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah, good. So I'm a business advisor at Smartsheet, and what I do is I help leaders achieve their strategic goals through work collaboration and execution. So how do we do that? How does Smartsheet do that? So we're a cloud-based work execution platform, fundamentally changing the way teams get their work done. We primarily focus on two areas. Number one, operationally, we got to get teams out of email in a more collaborative environments.
Makes sense.
And then number two is strategically, we got to uncover this business data that executives need to have that they could not see before.
You know, I hear the goal speech 1,000 times from companies, and I think that is great. But how does Smartsheet actually improve getting work done?
It's a good question. We view work in three stages essentially. First, you have your kickoff stage or your initiate stage. So how can we make sure we standardize that? But essentially, that middle stage, the execute work stage or the execute stage, is another one we really focus on. And then finally is the reporting stage or the monitoring stage. So how can we make sure we surface up the data to track our projects and our work at a live daily basis?
Satya and Microsoft personally invited me to his private bungalow just to pitch Microsoft projects. How are you different?
I typically don't send flowers and I don't own a bungalow. But I will tell you how we're different. And that is, number one, we have instant familiarity. The minute you use Smartsheet, you see a spreadsheet interface and adoption is just gonna be high. Number two, Smartsheet is easy to configure. You can work in your way and you don't need a technical resource to help you get started. And then finally, is we have really rich multi-use dashboards. So whether you want to build really rich reports or have a resource center or both, you can use it to knock out both of those functions.
Great points, Alex. Just great points. So ultimately, what are the main benefits when I pitch this to my CEO?
When you sit down with your CEO, here's what I would say. Smartsheet's going to affect your teams and the way they get work done faster in their preferred ways. It's going to change the way management sees the reports and views their data in a single source of truth. And finally, it's going to get your customers to have a chance to participate on the work you guys are doing too. Ultimately, everyone's going to love it inside and outside the organization, and we're going to be creating a culture of more execution and less talk.
All right. Sounds good.
Off record, I'm just curious.
Yes.
Do you actually know what Smartsheet is?
No.
Have you used a spreadsheet before? So I bet you can use Smartsheet.
For what? Oh my God, I look so serious.
And then we gotta go.
Have some candy.
If I need someone to bail me out of a bad quarter, would you be willing to buy some licenses for me?
Of course.
Okay.
To sweeten
You can
the
add
deal.
lib.